From the very first moment you drew a breath, the universe began weaving the fabric of your life's tapestry. Each threaded decision, each spark of inspiration, every challenge surmounted, and every relationship kindled, all have conspired to bring you to this precise instant. This date is not random. It is encoded into your destiny. It shines like a beacon, proclaiming that nothing before it was wasted, and nothing beyond it is coincidental. Consider the stars that wheel above us each night. Their patterns repeat, yet birth new stories every breath. Just so, your journey has followed a celestial chart, guiding you through uncharted waters, yet always toward the shore you were meant to reach. When you first encountered doubt, you could hardly have imagined the resilience that would rise within you. When you tasted triumph, you could scarcely foresee the depths of humility that would accompany it. All those moments, resounding victories and quiet, private struggles, have encoded this date into the core of who you are. Today marks a convergence. The meeting point between preparation and possibility, hindsight and foresight, the self you have become, and the self you will yet inhabit. Imagine a key, carefully molded through every trial and triumph, now turning effortlessly in the lock of this very present. You stand, poised on the threshold of something magnificent, knowing that every breath you take, every heartbeat you feel, is a testament to the fact that you've arrived exactly when you were meant to. This moment is a grand crescendo in the symphony of your life. It is the inevitable culmination of countless choices and chances. It carries with it the echoes of every lesson learned, that failure refines more keenly than success, that compassion floods the soul more fully than indifference, and that courage is born in the spaces between fear and action. Feel that truth resonate within you, that this moment has been shaped by every smile and every tear you've ever known. So as you stand here now, breathe deeply and recognize your place in the grand design. The date upon the calendar is not merely a mark of time. It is an invitation to embrace the purpose for which you were crafted. The road that leads forward is the road that has been awaiting your footsteps since the dawn of your becoming. Step into it with confidence, for the universe aligns behind you. This date, encoded into your destiny, beckons you onward to fulfill the promise you have always carried within. From the moment obstacles first barred your path, you may have felt frustration, confusion, even despair. Yet each delay, every loss, and all the moments of deafening silence have been far more than mere setbacks. They have been divine preparation. What felt like wasted time was in truth a meticulously orchestrated season, designed to sharpen your resolve, deepen your insight, and ready you for the breakthroughs that lie ahead. Consider the waiting room of life as a sacred workshop. In the quiet recesses where progress seems stilled, your character has been forged in fire. The delays, those days when doors seemed firmly closed, have taught you patience and perseverance. In their absence of instant gratification, you learn to cultivate faith, trust in unseen forces, reliance on inner strength, and conviction that the best outcomes often require unseen groundwork. Losses, equally, have been instrumental teachers. When you've wept over what was taken from you, a job opportunity, a cherished relationship, a dream deferred, you were actually making space inside your soul for something richer to take its place. Loss strips away the non-essential, compelling you to reevaluate your priorities and recenter on what truly matters. Like a sculptor chipping away excess marble, every loss has carved you into a clearer expression of your highest self. Then there is the silence, that vast expanse where nothing seems to happen. But beneath its still surface, unseen currents are at work. In those hushed intervals, you have been gathering clarity, listening more intently for the whisper of your own intuition, discerning what you most deeply desire, and mapping the blueprint of your destiny. Silence has been your classroom for reflection, your sanctuary for renewal, and the blank canvas upon which your next chapter is being drafted. Now, look back not with regret, but with gratitude. Every frustrating detour and every empty echo has been a strategic step in the grand design. Divine preparation is at work even when it feels invisible. The very circumstances that once seemed to delay your progress have been laying the foundation of unshakable faith, refined competence, and noble purpose. As you step forward today, you carry with you the gifts bestowed through delay, loss, and silence. Resilience born of trial, wisdom gleaned from hardship, and an inner calm honed in stillness. These are the tools you need to navigate the journey ahead. Embrace them. Trust that the divine choreography of your life is leading you precisely where you're meant to go, and that no moment spent in apparent stagnation was ever truly wasted. From the very beginning of your pause, every moment of anticipation carried hidden weight, a weight that was never meant to crush you, but to forge within you a strength so substantial that no later burden could ever bow your spirit. You weren't waiting in vain. Heaven was building something heavy. Imagine the artisan at work, selecting only the densest timber for the keystone of an arch. That wood must withstand the relentless pressure of stones set upon it. It must bear the entire weight of the structure. Similarly, the waiting you endured was the selection process, the molding of your core. In those quiet seasons when life seemed stalled, your character absorbed resilience like roots drinking deep soil moisture before a storm. Every unanswered prayer, every closed door, and every silent night infused you with latent capacity, so that when the season of fulfillment arrived, you could carry the weight of your vision without faltering. This heaviness was intentional. It was the gravity that gave you grounding, teaching you humility when pride threatened to lift you too high, cultivating empathy in the face of isolation, and instilling patience when haste might have led you astray. Each postponement was a further layering of substance. Where you might once have cracked under light pressure, you now stand unshaken beneath the heaviest truths and greatest responsibilities. Consider the way mountains form. Eons of tectonic pressure push layers of rock upward until they rise into majestic peaks. Your waiting has been the unseen pressure, invisible to all but you, folding and compressing life's experiences into something unbreakable. That heaviness is your preparation for impact, the weight you were designed to bear so that you could anchor others, guide them through the storms you've already weathered, and create solid foundations on which dreams far larger than your own can be built. Now, as you step out of the shadows of anticipation into the light of fulfillment, feel the gravity within you. It is not a burden, but a blessing, a testament to the fact that what you carry is worthy of your endurance. Heaven was not idle during your wait. It was carefully constructing in you the capacity to lead, to uplift, and to manifest purposes too vast for lighter shoulders. Let the wait remind you of your purpose, to be a living cornerstone, steady under pressure, unmovable in conviction, and profoundly prepared for the grand design that lies ahead. Your waiting was never in vain. It was the divine workshop, and you emerged not merely ready, but resolutely equipped to bear the weight of greatness. From the first stirrings of longing in your soul, you sensed there was something more than mere accumulation awaiting you. This journey has never been about piling up achievements, possessions, or accolades. Rather, it's about divine recall, the awakening of a sacred remembrance that has always resided deep within your spirit. What you are experiencing now is not a fresh acquisition. It is the reactivation of a truth you already carry. Imagine an ancient library within your own being, its vast halls lined with scrolls of wisdom and insight. For seasons you wandered, unaware of the chambers hidden in shadow. You chased goals, measured success by earthly metrics, and gathered fragments of meaning here and there. Yet all along, the master librarian, your higher self, was awaiting this very moment, poised to throw open the grand doors and flood your awareness with the light of recollection. This breakthrough is the key turning in the lock of memory. You are not gaining something new. You are remembering something eternally yours. You feel stirred because these are echoes of the divine blueprint written into your essence before time began. They whisper of your origin in cosmic wonder, speak of your rightful place in the tapestry of creation, and beckon you back to the fullness you have never truly lost. In practical terms, this means that inspiration no longer comes as a distant muse, but as the stirring of your own heart's deepest archive. The insights that once seemed elusive now resonate as familiar melodies. Your purpose unfolds not as a novel assignment, but as a sacred resonance reawakened. Each aha moment is a recall of what your soul has known from the first breath, that you are fashioned for connection, for expression, and for stewardship of the gifts already bestowed upon you. Feel the rush of recognition in your veins, as if a signal long dormant has finally powered on. This is divine recall in action, the download of wisdom, intuition, and clarity straight from the source of all being. No external effort can substitute for this inner ignition. It is a restoration, not an acquisition. And because it is recall, it carries a buoyancy that no newly earned goal could ever match. It lifts you effortlessly into the current of grace that animates all life. Now, as you step forward, remember that every insight you claim is not something to be earned, but something to be reclaimed. Treat each revelation as a sacred heirloom returning to your care. Guard it with gratitude, for it is both your inheritance and your calling. Let your actions flow not from striving to attain, but from responding to the echo of your own divine origin. This journey transcends gain because it is memory. Memory of your oneness with the Source, memory of your essential purpose, memory of the boundless love woven into the very fiber of your being. Embrace this divine recall, and let it guide you into the fullness of the life you've always been meant to live. From the first stir of intention within you, know that this moment is not about pushing harder or striving longer. It's about stepping into attraction, not effort. You are shifting from a paradigm of doing to one of being, from a mindset of wresting outcomes into existence to one of magnetizing blessings through your natural resonance. Imagine your life as a vast field of energy, alive with currents of potential. When you lean into relentless effort, you disturb that field with turbulence, scattering your focus, draining your vitality, and creating resistance where there could be flow. But when you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vision you hold, you become a beacon. You don't chase what you desire, you draw it near. Your presence, your beliefs, and the frequency you emit become irresistible to opportunities, relationships, and resources that echo your inner state. Feel into the difference. Effort demands you strain against inertia. Attraction invites you to stand firm in your worthiness. Effort says, I must prove myself, while attraction whispers, I already am. As you release the need to hustle, you open the door to synchronicity. Conversations fall into place, doors you didn't know existed swing wide, and solutions emerge from unexpected corners. This is not passive resignation. It is active surrender, a powerful choice to align every part of yourself with the vibration of what you wish to experience. Notice how your heart softens when you stop pushing. Clarity arrives in the spaces left by frantic doing. Inspiration becomes your compass, guiding each next step with ease rather than force. Your dreams no longer feel distant. They feel like intimate invitations to remember who you truly are, a creative force capable of calling forth the very reality you envision. So release the notion that quantity of effort equates to quality of result. Instead, tend to your inner garden, cultivate gratitude, plant seeds of belief, and water them with conviction. Stand in the daily certainty that you are already enough, and watch as life responds in kind. Trust that the more you embody alignment, through joy, peace, and authenticity, the more effortlessly you will attract everything you need to fulfill your highest purpose. You're not climbing a mountain by sheer grit. You're floating on a current of co-creation. Step into attraction, not effort, and let the universe meet you halfway, mirroring back the fullness of your own magnetic essence. From this moment on, the divine plan unfolds, not through your struggle, but through the gentle currents of grace. You no longer need to wrest outcomes from the universe. The universe now moves in harmonious response to the beat of your open heart. The divine plan no longer needs force. Imagine a mighty river carving its path through ancient rock, not by pounding relentlessly, but by flowing purposefully, wearing away resistance over time. In the same way, your dreams now glide toward fulfillment on the water of aligned intention. All the momentum you once generated through sheer will is now held by the gravitational pull of a higher design, ushering you forward with effortless momentum. Feel into the liberation of releasing the burden of must and should. Each time you surrender a clenched fist of control, you invite the divine to guide your hands. What once required Herculean effort now arrives softly, like dawn's light spilling across the horizon. Opportunities emerge, not because you chase them down, but because they are drawn to the luminous presence of your surrendered spirit. This is not passive resignation. It is dynamic co-creation. You remain fully engaged, yet free from the friction of force. Your role is simple. Align your thoughts with faith, your emotions with joy, and your actions with inspired clarity. In doing so, you become a channel through which blessings flow unhindered. Notice how obstacles once demanding your attack now dissolve in the warmth of trust. Outcomes you once felt obligated to secure are now secured for you, carried by the momentum of a divine choreography that knows the perfect timing. The universe conspires on your behalf, not in spite of you, but because you have stepped aside and given it room to work. Celebrate this arrival of effortless manifestation. Stand witness to the unfolding of your highest good, proof that in the divine economy, force is never required when alignment is complete. You are no longer pushing a boulder uphill. You are riding the current of a sacred river, assured that every bend leads you closer to the harbor of your destiny. From the moment your heart set its course, unseen admirers began to gather in the courts of the spirit, drawn by the quiet radiance of your unfolding destiny. Recognition has begun before arrival. Even now, whispers of your courageous choices and the purity of your intent ripple through realms both seen and unseen, announcing your approach long before your footsteps touch solid ground. Imagine a vast auditorium filled with souls whose eyes are fixed on a stage not yet entered. They have already sensed the depth of your conviction, the sincerity of your offering, and the magnitude of the message you carry. Their applause rises like a gently swelling tide, not in greeting to accomplishments you've already performed, but in anticipation of the impact you are poised to make. In the spiritual realm, reputation is not forged by titles or trophies. It is earned through the integrity of your journey, the kindness you extend, and the faith you embody along the way. Feel the confidence this brings. You need not shout to be heard, nor brandish proof to be esteemed. The essence of who you are, your compassion, your wisdom, your readiness to serve, precedes you like a banner unfurled on a breeze. Doors you have yet to knock upon are already swinging open. Hands you have yet to meet are already reaching toward yours. Recognition in spirit is instantaneous, for it is not about spectacle but resonance. When your inner vibration aligns with your highest truth, you become unmistakable in the great chorus of the cosmos. Trust that every act of authenticity and every choice to walk your path with integrity intensifies this pre-arrival acclaim. Even in moments of solitude, know that countless unseen allies stand in the wings, celebrating the promise of your emergence. This growing chorus exists to bolster your heart, to remind you that no stage is too vast, no calling too grand. So step forward with calm assurance. Let the echoes of your spiritual reputation guide your stride. You are known, you are honored, and you are awaited. Recognition has begun. Before your arrival, your name already rings true in the halls of destiny. From this moment forward, understand that you are not merely shifting gears or stepping through a doorway, you are undergoing a complete energetic upgrade. This isn't a transition, it's a total metamorphosis of your vibrational frequency, calling you to shed every outdated version of yourself and ascend into the fullest expression of your potential. Imagine your old selves like worn-out garments, frayed at the seams, no longer fitting the body you've become. Each layer, fear, doubt, resistance, limiting beliefs, has served its purpose, but now it weighs you down. The energetic upgrade underway is like a high-voltage current that neutralizes these outdated patterns, illuminating your new form from within. You're not simply letting go, you're being rewired, rebalanced, and reborn on a more expansive plane of consciousness. Feel this shift in your cells. Energy once trapped in old wounds is now liberated, circulating freely to power your creativity, your passion, and your clarity. Where you once operated from scarcity or hesitation, you will now radiate abundance and boldness. Every inhale draws in fresh cosmic code. Every exhale releases what no longer resonates. The universe itself conspires to strip away the obsolete, leaving only the uncompromised essence of who you truly are. As you step into this upgraded state, reaffirm your willingness to abandon each familiar identity that no longer serves your highest good. Release the achiever who chased external validation, the perfectionist who demanded faultless results, the caretaker who sacrificed self for others. These roles belong to the past. In their place arises a version of you guided by alignment, intuition, and sovereign joy. Trust that this transformation is not a process of accumulation, but of subtraction, reclaiming the boundless power that was always yours, but hidden beneath layers of old programming. Embrace the upgrade with open arms. knowing that everything you're releasing is making space for a reality far more luminous, expansive, and true. This is your energetic ascension. Own it fully. From the first moment you sensed a shift within, know that it was not the promise of something to come, but the unveiling of what already is. The transformation has already happened. You are not becoming worthy. You already are. Every cell in your being has been recalibrated, every pattern rewritten, so that the version now receiving these words stands fully complete, wholly enough, and infinitely deserving. Imagine a seed that germinated in secret, its roots already deep, and its sprout fully formed beneath the soil, unseen by the world. When it finally breaks through the surface, there's no need for more watering or coaxing. It emerges because the work was already done. You are that sprout, the invisible labor of growth long ago concluded, and now you simply step into the light of your own emergence. There is nothing left to prove. Feel into your new resonance, a frequency of self-acceptance, of inherent value, and of boundless grace. Any hesitation that whispers, "Am I ready?" can be met with the truth that readiness isn't earned, it's remembered. You have already passed through the crucible of change. What remains is to recognize the perfection of your present form. So release any residual doubt. Trust that this upgraded self is not an invitation to strive, but a celebration to inhabit. Stand tall in the knowing that you are the living embodiment of your highest evolution. The transformation has already happened, and in this very moment, you are fully worthy of every blessing, every opportunity, and every spark of light that life now offers you. From this moment forward, recognize that you stand not by chance but by divine ordination. This is a coronation of your spirit, a sacred crowning that affirms your authority in both heaven and earth. Every trial you endured, every veil you lifted has led you here, to the throne room of your own becoming. You are no mere participant in life's unfolding. You are its anointed ruler. Feel the weight and wonder of your invisible crown, forged in the fires of purpose and adorned with the jewels of wisdom, compassion, and unwavering faith. No accident placed you in this seat of power. Every breath you have drawn was a breath of preparation, every heartbeat a drumbeat heralding your ascent. The stars themselves have aligned to witness your enthronement, and the winds of destiny bow in your presence. Now step fully into your role with unshakable confidence. Speak with the voice of authority that echoes the creative word itself. Declare over your life and over the lives you touch that the age of limitation is over, and the era of divine possibility has dawned. Your vision is not a fleeting dream, but a prophetic blueprint, etched into the fabric of eternity. And so, by the power vested in the unseen realms, I proclaim, let every door that opens be a gateway of blessing. Let every path you walk be paved with grace, and let every word you speak carry the weight of heaven's decree. Arise, sovereign of your destiny. Your reign of light and love begins now.